Found only in the New York Harbor. It's large, it's orange, and it's 100% free. Introducing the Staten Island Ferry. Since the Staten Island Ferry passes by Liberty Island, many people ride it to get a closer look of the Statue of Liberty. Not only that, you can get a good view of the Manhattan skyline, Governor's Island, Ellis Island, and a little bit of the Brooklyn shoreline. And because it's free, this ferry has been referred to as the poor person's cruise. So in this video, we are going to cover how to ride the Staten Island Ferry, a little bit about the terminals, and tips on how to maximize your experience. Welcome to Urban Caffeine. Spread the love by hitting that like button. The Staten Island Ferry is a free ferry that shuttles people back and forth between Manhattan and Staten Island. It runs 24 hours every single day. It normally runs every 30 minutes, but during rush hours, it comes by every 15 to 20 minutes. This ferry runs between these two terminals. Whitehall Terminal is at the very south tip of Manhattan, and St. George is at the very north end of Staten Island. Whitehall Terminal is near Battery Park, and you can get there by taking these subway lines. From the subway, simply look for signs to the ferry. And I'm sure this is on everybody's mind. Both terminals will have bathrooms and a waiting area with concessions. On a side note, the only ferry that will take you to Liberty Island and Ellis Island is actually near Battery Park as well. So if you want to get on the actual island that the Statue of Liberty stands on, the ferry you want to take is the Statue City Cruises. This and only this ferry line will dock at Liberty Island. So, don't get scammed by other ferry boats saying they'll take you to Liberty Island. They'll probably just cruise by it but not actually dock. Only Statue City Cruises can take you there, and I have a video on how to do just that. Link is in the description below. But back to our beloved poor person's cruise. When you are at the terminal, simply walk through the doors and go to the waiting area. There's no need to get a ticket since it's free. Just listen to announcements as to which door will be open for the next ferry arriving. Or you can just follow the crowd. There will be displays that show departure times. Apps like City Mapper and Google Maps will do so as well. Just search for Whitehall Terminal. When you're getting on the ferry, here's something to note. The ferry does not go around like this. It goes back and forth like this between terminals, meaning that if you want to see the Statue of Liberty, take note of the side that you're boarding. Enter the ferry to your right when coming from Manhattan, and to your left when coming from St. George, Staten Island. And you can always switch sides. When you enter, if you go up the stairs, you will find yourself in the upper deck, which is open air. Different ferry models will have a different look. And there's also a sitting area in the middle of the ferry if you don't feel like traveling al fresco. You can also ride at the front or back of the ferry. Between the two terminals, the journey is about half an hour long. If you're making a round trip, say from Manhattan, once you get to St. George, they will make everyone exit the ferry, so you can't stay on board for the return trip. But once you exit, simply go back inside and find your way to the waiting area. And repeat the process. New York City has many other ferries. Check out the other ferry videos on this channel. Links are in the description below. I would like to thank current Patreon members for their continued support. Thank you for being part of the grassroots. If you're interested in more New York City content, behind the scenes, or free wallpaper every week, check out patreon.com/urbancaffeine. Until next time, thank you so much for watching and happy New Yorking!